In today's episode, I'm going to give you guys 2 awesome tips for how you can succeed in your pressure washing business. So stay tuned. Guys, welcome to the Mr. Bubbles channel, where we dish out awesome pressure washing business advice to beginners. I got a great video for you guys, as always, bringing you guys nothing but bangers, absolute bangers. Today I'm actually, you guys know this. We take off on Mondays typically because of equipment maintenance and other issues. And over the weekend, we had one of our rigs. It's so funny, guys, because this has actually never happened to me. One of my drivers sends me a video on Saturday. This was their first wash, just an easy peasy house wash. But there was like a mist, like a pressurized mist coming out of the unloader. Like the unloader has like a pipe that connects to the pump, and on that pipe there was just like a tiny like a needle size hole that pressurized water was coming out of. So I saw that video and I was like, well, it's not keeping you guys from, not doing the job, not working. So just keep going. And then at the end of the day, whatever, or tomorrow, this was on Saturday. So I was thinking on Sunday, I would just take it apart, and put a new unloader on there. Well, by house number 2, he sends me this video, man. Guys, I mean, the thing looked like a freaking waterfall by house number 2. They were halfway through the house. And then on the actual video, when he was recording to, showing me how much water was coming out of that unloader, I mean, the metal the pressurized water just cut it like knife cutting, like hot knife through butter. And the whole thing just broke right off of the pump. And so, obviously I have spare parts. And then, so what we did is cause they have two rigs, right? I mean, they have 2 machines, one on a truck that's just pressure washing. And luckily they were already done with the house wash. So then they were able to finish job number 2, by just, using the pressure washing one that's in the back of the truck. And then in house number 3, they just used their AR-45 instead of the Honda 690. And then I went out to them with a toolbox, my heat gun, and I brought out another unloader and just, switched it out. No big deal. But, now that I'm on Mondays, I'm taking care of that, going over the whole rig, making sure everything's okay. And then since I got to go to Oldington anyway to get parts, Oldington's about an hour and a half away from my shop. I'm going to pick up another spare, because we actually have another spare. I had 2 spare unloaders, but now we're down to 1. But, we got, between all the trucks and actual, machines, we have 6 machines. And I don't want, I got to have at least 2, maybe 3 unloaders on hand at all times. Because as you guys well know, like, this is not something I can just go pick up on my Ace or Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever. Anyway, the point is, I'm on my way to Lowe's. I'm on my way to pick up parts right now, but not just that part. Also, one of our rigs, it's the last rig left that doesn't have soft washing. And I'm adding soft washing. We already have the AR-45. We already have the proportioner. We have pretty much everything except a couple of the fittings. I just ordered a new water boss gun for it. And the last thing that I'm picking up today is that 55-gallon stand-up tank for it. And so that's it. But then, I was already going up there regardless, because of this, the stuff for the soft washing that I'm picking up. But yeah, we had that situation happen on Saturday. But anyway, guys, that's not what this video is about. So this video, I'm going to give you guys the 2 tips, okay? 2 very, very important tips. Hear me out on this one. Because, I get around 400 to 600 emails a month, usually about 100 emails every week. So like I get sometimes 20 to 30 emails a day, but overall in the process of a month, right around 400 emails, let's say, okay? Guys, about 90% of the emails that I get, whether it's daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, you know, they're very, how do I explain this? Like the emails are always, oh, Mr. Bubbles, I got a roof wash tomorrow. What do you think about this? Or, hey, Mr. Bubbles, I got this wood deck and how much would you charge for that? Oh, hey, Mr. Bubbles, I got this weird stain I've never seen before. Or you guys, for example, man, I get a lot, for some reason, I get lots and lots and lots of window cleaning questions, right? Like you're leaving streaks on window and you ask me for advice on that. Here's the bottom line. Guys, you know, there's so many videos on my channel and other content creators where all of these things, like we talk about these things all the time, right? Like, you know, if you want to learn how to wash a house properly when we're talking about downstreaming, man, I have a series, right? Episodes 140 to 150. You got 11 videos. It's like over 10 hours of content of just like, hey, do it like this. And then, you know, I talk about the Mr. Bubbles house washing system, right? And there's the point being is there's so many videos that you guys can watch and go out there and apply those techniques and all that knowledge so you guys are able to do that at a professional level, right? But here's the thing, guys, 98% of people that fail in this business, pressure washing business, right? And I've seen a lot of people come and go through the years, a lot of people. And 90% of them, they fail in this industry because of two main reasons. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Number one reason is because they never figure out how to get like consistent lead flow into their business, like getting cash flow on a consistent basis. So they're constantly getting leads no matter what. You know, if you're doing this part-time, for example, you should be getting 3 to 5 jobs every week. If you're doing this full-time, you should be getting at least 3 jobs every day. So if you're out there and you're washing 5 days, you should be getting 15 to 20 jobs a week. Okay. So number one is getting consistent leads. And then the second thing we're going to talk about is, sorry about that, guys. So the second reason people fail in business is because they don't understand how to brand themselves properly. So right now, I don't care what phase of your business plan you're in, whether you're planning, you know, just starting a business, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, your focus right now should be those two things. Number one, how do I get leads on a consistent basis? Because that's going to fix my cash flow problem. And number two is how do I brand myself consistently? Remember, guys, marketing is the physical thing that you do to get a customer, right? So, for example, you put out yard signs. That's marketing. Branding, however, is the thing that you do that helps you establish a reputation in a marketplace. So, you know, I've done a lot of videos on this. If you go back on my channel, I did a top 10 forms of branding, how to brand yourself properly. And, you know, my biggest tip for you guys on each one of these is this. Okay, let's talk about like getting leads on a consistent basis, right? We've talked about making sure you have uniforms, website, GMB, Google My Business. You guys have to focus first on the things that are free to cheap in that window. Like, I'll give you an example. Facebook ads, you should not be doing because they're expensive and they're not going to work really well for you in the beginning because you're not established yet. So you need a cheap website. You need a free Google My Business. You need cheap uniforms, right? These uniforms that we get at finprint.com. I'll put up the website here. Tell them Mr. Bubble sent you. Get your uniforms. These shirts cost right around, I want to say 60, 80 bucks, I think, with shipping. You'll get yourself, you know, like 4 or 5 of these shirts, the Finprint shirts. Get some kind of marketing on your vehicle. If you can't do a vehicle wrap, that's okay. That's okay. Get magnets on your vehicle and then get these. We talk about this all the time. Let me see if I have one up here. Oh man. Oh, guys, I'm fresh out of my, my postcards. But anyway, you know what I'll do? I'll put it up here on the screen for you guys to see my postcard. You know, get you these postcards. Guys, you know, door hangers don't work in our industry. It's nice to have before and after pictures. I'll show you the backside of my postcard here. You see all the pictures there. You know, it's a visual meme, and you know, people love that, and they can see, oh yeah, I want my house to look like this, or hey, wow, these guys do, you know, quality work. Anyway, the postcards, we get them done at cheapdoorhangers.com. They're like $200 for 1,000 of these things. And you're going to target market dirty homes. And that should give you, you know, at least I would say 15, maybe 15 to 20 jobs a month, you know, just doing that. Okay. Just doing that, just doing the postcards. So the bottom line is that is just your foundation right there. So you have a professional website. You have a Google My Business, which is free. Google My Business does not cost you any money. You have your Finprint shirts. We talked about that, you know, branding on your person. And then, you know, some kind of marketing on your vehicle. Okay. So that is going to help you to get consistent leads, especially guys, when we're talking about, wow, you guys obviously can't see this on video, but, like about, and I just got a green light, about 80 yards ahead of me, there are literally 20 to 30 ambulances and cops on the road. Everyone's doing a U-turn here. It's, must have been a really bad accident, probably fatal, probably a fatal accident because the whole road is shut down. Oh man, I'm going to have to do a bust a Yui here, guys. Bust a Yui. Wow. Yeah, must have been somebody will post something on Facebook. I mean, the entire road is shut down. You got ambulances. You got, yeah, wow. Looks like a really, really bad accident. But anyway, guys, you know, you should be asking yourself, I know you guys are super focused on like, oh, I got to do this stain, and how do I do this roof, and how do I do this deck, and how do I wash wood? You guys are focusing your attention, in my opinion, this is my opinion, you're focusing your attention on the wrong thing. All right. So you should focus your attention on, how do I get consistent leads? Number one. And number two, how do I brand myself properly? Because those are the things that, in terms of longevity, right? In terms of you being financially stable a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, those are the things that are actually going to make a difference for you. Because if you can consistently get leads, guys, like figuring out how to wash a deck, by the time you need to do about 100 of them before you really get any good at that stuff. You need to do 100 roofs. You need to do 100 houses. Go out and pressure wash 200-300 driveways, and bam, you're going to become a master. But you got to get those leads coming in order for that to happen, right? So, you know, focus on that. Ask yourself those two questions. Like 90% of your attention, your effort, your resources, your time, your energy should be focusing on those two things. How do I get leads? And how do I brand myself correctly? That's it. If you can solve those two issues for yourself, the rest is easy peasy. Easy peasy. And the great thing is, you know, I know that there's a lot of content creators in the industry, right? And I've mentioned some guys that I really like, guys that I really respect. But, you know, the Mr. Bubbles channel is a true how-to channel. Like, you can go back on my channel. We have, like all these series, how to build rigs. We have a marketing series. There's so many videos, guys. There's got to be at least 30 videos that I've put out that the focus of the video is teaching you how to get customers, right? So, you know, guys, watch that stuff, study that stuff, go out and copy, mimic everything that I'm doing, that I'm coaching you guys on. And that's what your focus should be, right? Because you're asking me questions. Some of you guys, you want to learn how to do like, let's say you're asking me, hey, Mr. Bubbles, how do I do M? Letter M. And you don't even have a business yet. You don't even have a rig. You don't have anything. Like right now, all of your focus, your time, and your energy should be 100% laser like. You should be like a guided missile towards how do I get leads and how do I brand myself? Because once you do that correctly, we were talking about an optimized Google My Business, for example. GMB, Google My Business, that's free. You learn how to optimize your Google My Business, man. Guys, quick announcement. I've created a digital product called Mr. Bubbles Business in a Box. Check this out. Okay, so the Mr. Bubbles Business in a Box is actually a thumb drive that we're going to send to you guys to your physical address. And when you get this thumb drive, you're going to see a folder that's called Box in it. And then when you open it, you're going to see all of these files right here, guys, all of these folders. And guys, this thing has over 500 files, anything and everything I've ever created from my business. So all of the blueprints, training modules, documents, all of the things that you guys constantly email me about, your pricing PDF, your for example, your marketing blueprints, anything that you could need for your business is in here. That's why we call it a business in a box. One of the things that I really like about this is, guys, check out all of these pictures. So you have a total of 300 before and after pictures that you guys can add to your website and your Facebook and your Google My Business. And check this out. So there's a folder called Google SEO. And the pictures already have the SEO words in them. And this one photo right here has over 300. This specific folder has 190 pictures, but all in all, it's over 300 pictures. Look at some of these pictures, guys. Amazing before and afters pictures for you guys to be able to add to all of your social medias and whatnot. This is going to help you get a lot of customers. And of course, your edible postcards are on here. And then finally, you got training videos on here as well, guys. Like, for example, the video on how to optimize your Google My Business, the Mr. Bubbles. You got several videos. So they're like training modules. You got all the PDFs. The bottom line, guys, is this. This is going to help you with your business. So don't miss out. Make sure that you email us so you can get your business in a box today. In order to get your business in a box, you just got to hit the link in the description of this video. And I say this all the time on the channel, guys. The more you know, the more you grow. That's how come I decided to create this business in a box, because it has everything in there you need to be able to grow your business. And I really believe that this is going to be a game changer for you. Guys, you do not want to miss out on this one. Guys, like, your phone's going to ring off the hook just with a proper GMB. You want to have proper uniforms when you show up to people's houses. If you're learning how to build your rig, I got 3 different rig build series on my channel. And you get out there and you focus on those 2 things. The rest, now, you're getting consistent leads. You're getting, let's say, 4 or 5 decks every week. And then all of a sudden, you're getting some experience behind you. And bam, that's where the efficiency comes in. Because I remember my first couple of years, guys, I didn't make any money because I wasn't efficient at what I did. I'll never forget this. I've mentioned this before. My very first job that I ever did took me 6 hours. It was like a $300 wash, guys. $300 for 6 hours worth of work. And it was like that in the beginning because I didn't know anything about chemicals. I didn't have a rig. I was doing pressure washing, right? I was using ladders, etc., because that's the only way I knew how to do things. I didn't know about downstreaming. I didn't know what soft washing was. I didn't even know that any of that stuff existed, right? So the bottom line is, once you focus on solving those 2 problems, you'll see how all of these other little things that you want to know, that stuff just disappears in terms of being a problem. The biggest problem, like I said in the beginning of this video, the 90, like in the 90s, I would say 90 to 95% of the people that fail in this industry, they fail because they never got consistent cash flow into their business, and they just never really truly understood or learned how to brand themselves properly. So that should be your area. Like, for example, when you're sending in questions, it should be questions about getting customers. It should be questions on how do you brand yourself properly, right? You guys got what I'm saying here? Because that's the main reasons why people fail in this business. Guys, trust me when I tell you this. Like, people don't fail in this business because they don't know how to wash a house. As a matter of fact, you know, I don't think I've ever mentioned this before. The easiest part of running a business, a pressure washing, ooh, man, that's a big pothole right there. This is like one of those back roads that very few people know about. There's like a bunch of construction businesses here in this back road. But man, the main avenue, I live in a small town, and there's only two main roads, like in and out of where I live. And that road right there is called 301. It's how you get to the Beltway and stuff like that. And I mean, it was just completely shut down. I mean, it was, you could see, I mean, the whole road was shut down. And so, but you got to know these little back ways. But anyway, you know, the bottom line, guys, is this. All right. The bottom line is my channel, guys, is a wealth of knowledge for you guys, for you to be able to utilize everything that I'm teaching you. Go out, apply it, and it's going to work wonders for your business. Right. But, you know, you have to understand that part of it. No one is out here like, oh, I didn't succeed in pressure washing because I never learned how to wash a house properly. Like, the more you do something, the more efficient you're going to become at it, the more of a master you're going to turn yourself into, because it takes 1,000, you know, pretty much of anything for you to do, for you to become a master. So what does that mean? You know, you're going to have to wash 1,000 houses before you become a master of the craft. And so, yeah, 1,000 roof jobs, 1,000 gutter jobs, 1,000. Imagine the time it would take you to wash 1,000 driveways. Do you see what I'm saying? So, you know, all of these questions that you guys have, and they're awesome questions, and I love answering you guys' question, but you guys are asking the wrong question. You guys are focusing your attention on the wrong thing, you know, because since I started Mr. Bubbles, we're talking, like, me personally, I've interacted with about 30 people that no longer have a pressure washing business. And most of these people, easily 95% of these people, you know, they quit their business and went back to work or sold their business. Whatever the situation is, it was because of one of those two things. They never branded themselves correctly. They never learned how to get leads on a consistent basis. So if you're going to watch other channels, which I recommend, you know, your focus on those channels should be watching videos that the focus of whatever you're watching, you know how, you know, in today's, you know, modern age, guys, I mean, man, it's hard to focus on, you know, being on YouTube. Oh, I'm going to be on YouTube for the next hour. And then I'm going to do this over here. Then I got the game on tonight and I'm going to go spend time with my family and friends. And you got to divide your time wisely, right? And so what I would do is I would focus the time that you are going to be on YouTube or doing research. Your research should be on those two areas, solving those two problems. And then once you solve those two problems, you're going to see just how easy all of the other stuff is, right? You're learning how to wash a deck. I can sit here and say, oh, use this chemical and use this process, but it doesn't mean anything until you actually get out there and you just do it. And then the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to be at it. And then, you know, by the time you've done 30 decks, 50 decks, 100 decks, you're going to see how fast and how awesome everything looks and how much money and, you know, with the level of efficiency, how much more money you're going to be making. I'm not worried about that, but I want you to be in the game long enough to get to that point. And for you to get there, you got to learn how to get customers coming into your business and then having your brand out there basically be like salespeople, where because of your brand, it brings you customers, right? Like, I'll give you guys a quick example here. What's going on here, Mr. Bubbles? I've never seen this before, guys. Like, what I'm about to say never has happened in the history of my company. Okay. The week that we're in now, I told you in the beginning of the video, today's Monday. And, I told you I'm on my way right now to go get parts and stuff. Guys, right now, we're booked like the next 2, maybe 3 weeks straight, like Sunday through Sunday through Sunday. Like this Sunday coming up is Mother's Day, and our crews are working. We just picked up a gas station cleaning for Sunday. It's going to be 2 crews all day, like 9 to 5 all day. And, I told you right now, we have, we're cleaning the water and waste management facility here. We have car washes that we've been doing. I've made, a couple of videos about that. But that being said, I mean, that's only like 5% of what we got going on. On the residential side, it's crazy, guys. It's crazy busy. I actually, I got to make a video for you guys to show you my rig. I finished my rig, I want to say 2-3 weeks ago. I've been building a rig ever since like the season started. But I actually had to set up my own rig. As you guys well know, I'm not in the field full time anymore. But this year I have to go back out in the field, or I've had to go back out in the field full time. That's why I built a rig for myself, because I mean, we're just so overwhelmed. We can't keep up with it. And this week, guys, right now on the books between Tuesday and Sunday, we have $28,000 worth of work already scheduled. That's what I was saying. It's never happened in the history of Mr. Bubbles. We've done bigger numbers than that in a week. The thing though is, we've never had a situation, we went back like 10 years and looked, where the week hasn't even started and we already have that on the books. And then you're out there, neighbors see you, then people start calling, and more people. And so it's like, I'll give you an example. So tomorrow's a $6,700 day. And right now I got only 2 jobs on my personal schedule. I'm out in the field on like pretty much almost every single day now. On what day was it? Friday of last week, I did 6 jobs. Thursday, I think I did 4 or 5. I remember one of them was a big job. Tomorrow, one of the jobs that I have is a $1,800 job. The other one's a $400 easy peasy house wash for a house flipper. But anyway, so the office manager's like calling me almost. That's why I had to turn my phone off, because she's calling me like every minute, like, hey, can I add another house for you for this day? Can I add another house for you on that day? Because my rig is the only one that actually has room to be able to pick up more work. I mean, that's just how busy things are right now. And and this goes back to, my original thing, with this video for you guys, like getting consistent leads, check. Getting, yourself properly branded, right? A lot of the work that we get because we branded ourselves properly. I have a positive reputation, a good reputation in my marketplace. And that's why I'm so successful now, because I spent years and years and years cultivating that. I want you guys to really, really, really do a deep thought about that. And you're going to see that, you know what? He's right. Let me reassess this. Let me pivot, and let me start focusing all of my research, all of my attention, and also my resources into figuring out, how do I get leads, and how do I brand myself, correctly? Because again, guys, I want to see you still being in business in 3 years from now, 5 years from now. Right. And I don't want you to, see you have to sell your equipment and go back to work and all of that stuff. And that's why I coach you guys on this stuff, because again, guys, when I opened up the Mr. Bubbles YouTube channel, the purpose of the channel is for me to help you grow your business and for you to succeed. And by the way, I'll put my email here for you guys. I'm super easy to get a hold of. My email is ask@mrbubbles.com. Please email me any questions you have, guys. And like I said, I'm a great resource for you guys because I've been around for 14 years. And man, I would say of everyone, in the industry, of all the different like content creators, I mean, in the industry, probably my channel is the one channel that's more focused on like the nitty gritty behind the scenes type stuff. You know what I mean? Like, this is not like, what is that thing called? Like a day in the life channel where like, hey, come along with me and blah, 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 but you don't actually learn anything. It's entertaining. It's fun. But you don't actually really learn anything. My channel, the focus has always been, hey, you know what? I'm going to teach you guys this one thing or these two things. And I promise you guys, like, this is not something that like I just came up with or, you know, I read somewhere and I wanted to tell you guys. No, these are things that are working for me on a day-to-day basis. And I know if you apply them to your business as well, they're going to work for you as well. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching this one. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bubbles out.